How patient are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how patient do you consider yourself to be? There's patience in traffic, road jams, traffic jams, construction. There's patience waiting in line when you go to the grocery store and there's 10 people in front of you or one person in front of you. There's a different type of patience that isn't as visible. I'm Holly, and I am sharing a part of my journey to bring courage and inspire you on yours. I trust that these words will reach the right ears, and hopefully you get something from this. Being patient, it's not just about waiting your turn in line at the store. Patience, true patience, is surrendering and trusting the unknown and literally putting yourself in a position where you have no clue what's about to happen next, yet you have full faith that whatever happens is supposed to happen, and that whatever happens for your highest and greatest good. So patience in the unknown is the one thing so many people have such a difficult time with. And this is where you see so many people get into relationships at such a young age. And I've known people who have told me, we've never really had a marriage. Being together 17 years, 12 years, these people telling me that they've never really had a marriage. They only got married because that's what we're made to believe is supposed to happen. After school, you get a job, you get married, and you have children. So these people recognize that they're in this relationship that they've chosen to be in because of their programming, because of their false beliefs on what's supposed to happen, rather than them trusting themselves to know when to make a decision, when to jump into that relationship, when to trust that person that you are about to spend the rest of your life with. And there's such a lack of patience when people make these decisions. It's mind-blowing. And then these people make these decisions to get into these partnerships. And I'm just using relationships as an example, okay? So people use their programming of this is how it's supposed to be, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to follow the crowd, and I'm going to do what I'm told, because this is how I've been told to be. And then they just surrender to what they did rather than knowing that they want better, knowing that they deserve better. So you've now put yourself in a position, because you lack patience, because you lack critical thinking, you lack self-respect and self-love, and you've now just turned over your destiny, your fate, to someone who truly doesn't even care about you, meaning those who've programmed you meaning the teachers that you were brought up in school with, meaning those people from your past who didn't know any better because they were also programmed to make these rash decisions. Because you can't be alone. When you can truly have the type of patience to surrender to the process, to trust that you have lessons to learn, and some of those lessons you learn with people, and some of those lessons you learn in isolation. So having true patience is trusting, as I've said in a few previous videos, be like the squirrel. Squirrels jump from tree to tree and they don't fear about that branch breaking. What if? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna create all this trauma by thinking about the millions of potential outcomes that are like death or injury. So I psych myself out of it. No, the squirrel trusts his legs. The squirrel trusts that when it jumps to that hydro line, it's not going to get electrocuted. And if it does, it'll figure it out when it does. Because it doesn't think about the what ifs. It just trusts in its own ability. And when you can have true patience rather than rushing. So I haven't worked in 3 years. I was forced to give up my real estate broker's license, which I was about to start my own company. I had been seeing a mentor for a few years. I'd been top producer for 3 years, and due to groups of people not able to stand my light and my capacity and my professionalism, I either had to go to court, which probably would have taken years, stress, and I wasn't about to do that. I had all the proof, I had all the documentation, I could have got it. So instead, I trusted that there was something better for me. I trusted that those who were against me will receive their judgment when they least expect it. And I chose to have patience and trust that there were things I needed to learn. And this was happening for a reason. The guy that I got with out of false pretense and manipulation, he made me believe that we were getting married, that we were going to have children. Another one who made me believe that. I went to buy a second house. We were together like 6 months, maybe, and all this like weird stuff started coming out. And then we were together a few more months after that, and then we parted ways. And he couldn't even look at me, and he couldn't even look at my child. So then I'm stuck with 2 properties, paying mortgages, paying bills, no longer having an income, because of all these people that attacked me. One woman, all these people, all these different groups of people attacking my profession, my personal life. How can you not have patience going through all that? That's not even the half of it. patience is when you surrender rather than wallowing in it. You accept what is. You accept the external circumstance which you have no control over, and you surrender to what is and have faith, knowing that I love myself and I am enough and I trust myself and I am all I need. And I move forward. And I took time, I took literally 3 years to get to know myself better, to learn. I took in so much information in the past 3 years. Not just externally, but internally as well. To have that type of patience, having no income. I received no money from the government. Their fictional corporation attempting to take us chattel and move us where they please and take all of our money. They take between 60 and 75% of our wages illegally, unlawfully. I take no money from the fictional corporation known as Canada Incorporated, which is registered in Washington, D.C. No articles of corporation. I received no child support. My child's father is that's a whole other story, which I've stated a few things about in previous videos, who tried to get me pregnant to get out of his marriage and be a sugar mama for him. These people. So anyways, I can laugh at all this because that's them. I know who I am. And I have total patience in the process. And I know that everything happens exactly as it should. So how can you have patience this way? After me stating all that, now what level of patience do you believe you have? Out of 10, how much patience do you have? When my child's upset, I don't yell at him. I try and get to why he's upset. I kneel down to his level and I give him time to feel those emotions. I was so cut off when I was a child. Not supposed to cry, not supposed to feel that way, stop crying, which turned into my relationships. They all treated me the same. So having true patience, how can you go from not having patience to having true, joyful patience of surrendering? I've had no income for 3 years. I made some good investments, which have held me over. I had to sell my house. I had to sell my second property. I literally was going to have a plan of development together for my property and had to almost give it away because of how much it cost me to keep those properties. I had 3 properties and I had to sell one just to give money back to the guy who manipulated me into believing that we were getting married and then left me with everything. And I gave up my retirement plan. And I had no anger within me. I had trust that everything happens as it's supposed to, and that those who do wrong to others, judgment comes to them. And we're here. We're in the days of judgment now. And they've been warned. Spirit warns them. I've warned them. I'm sure other people have warned them also once they've started to know the truth of what they've been doing. When you have healed yourself to a point, you heal your childhood wounding, childhood traumas, you heal any other traumas which you've created through adding thought and emotion to facts. And when you can heal enough to be alone rather than distracting yourself in a partnership which is not meant for you, when distracting yourself with alcohol, drugs, social media, whatever it is that takes you away from spending that time with yourself, getting to know yourself, when you've healed enough that you can be in isolation, alone, and be happy alone, then you will know true patience. You will know true patience when you surrender to that process. It's painful at first. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And if you actually have someone that sits with you through that, then be extremely grateful. Because I had no one. I had to call on people that I didn't even know who they were. I had to call on them. I had to call the RCMP to get me out of what I thought was going to turn to, like, I don't even know, like, it's been nuts. When I have to call the corporation for help, like, and when you accept where you are, you accept the level that you're at, and you be in isolation and love yourself through it, you will know true patience. Take your time. Don't rush. We have so many distractions around us. You can stand in any store and you look at the impulse aisle. Just look at it. I was in the Bay years ago. I don't know how many years ago, but years ago. I was standing in the Bay and I looked at the impulse aisle and I couldn't believe the junk, the crap that's there for you to waste your money on. Just another distraction. Fill your space with stuff. And it breaks like days later. The distractions are all around. Ontario, Canada is like one of the worst places to drive ever. It's crazy. The signs they have a, oh, up here, it's going to turn to this speed. Oh, up here, it's going to turn to this speed. Rather than just telling you what speed it is. And I swear these signs are like every 2 seconds. It's nuts. And it takes me back to grade 6 when my buddy's brother came to class and he sang, "Sign, sign, everywhere a sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the sign?" Like, it's just, distractions are everywhere, and it really takes you away from being with yourself and being with those who you love, those who love you in full reciprocation. It's myself and my child. And I honestly, one day I will be in joy in a different way when I have my partner. And until then, I love every moment that I have. And that helps me be with patience. I haven't forced myself to work. I haven't forced to build these businesses and do all these things that I want to do. Because I've really taken the time to heal. And I've really taken the time to forgive those people who have really done me wrong. I'm like literally riding on my last couple dollars. And everything is okay. I am extremely grateful for everything I've been through. Because I am who I am because of it. I've met so many people these past 3 years. We've traveled around so much and met so many great people. And all of them say, how do you do it? How do you do it? Loading up a cargo trailer by myself with my 6 and 7-year-old son. Helping me with these huge cabinets, and I've got them on a dolly and I'm doing it all myself. And people don't get that you do what you've got to do. You don't think about it. You just do it. Why would I sit there and put all this energy into those people that did me wrong? Why would I sit there and give them my energy? They took enough of it. They took my money. They took my time. They took my trust. Why would I give them years more of my life being depressed over them? Yeah, right. You guys chose what you wanted. You get to stay where you're at. And I ain't taking you with me. I did it all on my own. Not taking you to ride on my coattails. That's how I did it. Because I had to. Because I'm not going to sit there and feed into them anymore. I learned my lessons. I don't repeat my mistakes. I learn my lessons quick. And I move ahead. And any negativity that they send me turns into power for me. And they have not learned that yet. Or maybe they're just starting to finally. That the energy that they've continued to feed into me over the past however many years, because they can't let go, I just eat it up. We love our life, and we have some really great people in it right now. And I've trusted, and I've had so much patience in all of the shit that I've had to deal with over the past 10 years. One of the keys is being quiet and observing. Because all these people around you, when they continue to poke the bear and sling their arrows, they don't know what's going on inside. I recorded it all. I saw it all. And I gave them the benefit of the doubt to stop and correct their actions, and they chose to continue. And now, time's up. I moved forward a long time ago. On the external, it may not have looked like it. It may have looked like I was naive. It may have looked like I was an easy pushover. They had no clue what was going on inside. I am the observer. I am the justice. I am their karma. And now they get to witness it. So you stand strong in your power, and you know who you are, and you put your time into you, and you have that true patience, where you fully surrender to everything that is around you. And you focus on you, and you observe the rest. And you feel that strength build inside you every time they attack, because you know they can't get anywhere close, because you've done the work, and you're at a place of surrender with that patience of knowing that you're always guided to exactly where you need to be. And at that point, everything falls into place for you. Mwah. Blessings to you all.